Therapist and a respiratory therapy coach, and a lot of patients that come to me wondering how they can naturally improve their sleep. Why is my mouth opening when I sleep? Why is my tongue falling back? Those are the most common causes of sleep apnea, but is there a way to reset it? Well, there is. A doctor found a way called oral facial myotherapy. There's a lot of controversy in the past, but it actually makes a lot of scientific sense. What happens is over time, our tongue, our jaw, our lips, and our throat become tired or weaken over time, especially as we get older. That's why they call it the death rattle when we're about to die, is because our airway literally is not even supporting itself anymore. It'll sound like more of a gurgly, really loud snoring sound, and no air is properly going in and out. That's because the muscles have become untaught. You want strong, supportive muscles to protect your flexible airway. So my goal is to provide simple, improved oral muscle strength, improved breathing mechanisms, and improved sleep quality over time. This can absolutely work together with your CPAP therapy. You start with the pressure support, which is called pneumatic stenting, and then you add the exercises to make it more effective. What it is a structural exercise program designed to improve the strength, posture, coordination, and function of the muscles of the tongue, lips, cheeks, jaw, your soft palate on top, your upper airway behind there, and think of all this as a physical therapy for the airway. What's happening in your anatomy physiology? During sleep, the airway relaxes naturally. In some people, the tongue falls backwards. The soft palate collapses and the jaw drops open. Throat narrows. This can lead to snoring, as you know, mouth breathing, poor sleep quality, and even sometimes obstructive sleep apnea. So snoring is a vibration of soft tissue caused by narrowing of the airway. Okay? Common structures involved are the soft palate, the uvula, the tongue base, and sidewalls of the throat. If your airway narrows enough, the airflow decreases to a point where oxygen levels may drop. We only get 21% from our atmosphere. But any drop is a big difference overall. Oxygen levels can drop and the brain briefly wakes up because a chemoreceptor in our brain says, hey, guess what? I have too much CO2 and I need to expel the CO2 and inhale more oxygen, which causes sleep apnea over time if people keep doing this over and over and over again. And people will say, wow, you look tired all the time. You're falling asleep during the day. So why some people struggle more? Well, some people naturally have smaller jaws. For example, you'll see like my facial structure is a small jaw and small mouth. Or you might have a big jaw but have few teeth. And so you end up having crowded mouth. So you have you could have a high narrow palate where it's narrow up top. You see it's narrow, you see the cheeks can fall in. That's a sign of narrow palate. Or also you have nasal obstructions where you just can't breathe through your nose, which makes you breathe through your mouth. Crowded teeth, like we talked about. Mouth breathing habits. You just happen to breathe you predominantly breathe through your mouth. So if you see yourself having to just keep your mouth open a lot during the day, it's a good time to recognize that, hey, these habits can affect my sleep. So how can CPAP fit into this? Well, CPAP is, like I said, pneumatic stenting, where it has airflow that stents open the lungs. And the pressure helps splint it open during your sleep. So when you breathe in, it keeps it open, and then when you breathe out, it relaxes. Myotherapy helps train those muscles, the posture, the breathing habits, and the tongue positioning to help you work with your CPAP. What is the benefit of myotherapy? Well, research has shown that myotherapy actually can help reduce snoring intensity, improve tongue strength, improve nasal breathing, reduce mouth breathing, improve CPAP tolerance, and improve sleep quality, and improve overall stability, which is the airway itself. Some studies have showed even mild to moderate reduction in sleep apnea severity. So that's a great sign for you, especially when combined with other therapies. Because remember, this is just one tool of many. Now, let's go over some training exercises. 1, tongue position. Ideal tongue position is resting gently against the roof of your mouth, right at the top. okay, with your lips gently closed and nasal breathing. This helps support jaw position, palate stability, and airway shape. Next is lip seal exercises. Weak lips muscles contribute to mouth breathing, dry mouth, and airway instability. What you can do with your lips is to place your lips gently together and squeeze them together about 10 to 20 times. Or hold a light object between your lips to strengthen them. Now, soft palate and throat muscles. These tissues can become floppy during sleep. Strengthening them can help reduce vibration and collapse. These can be strengthened by doing a yawning technique. Yawn. Or la 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 la. That strengthens the back upper palate. Nose breathing is also very helpful for this. When you put your lips gently together and you tip of your tongue at the back of your teeth on the top, breathing through your nose, it helps restructure your airways to how you breathe. So we talked about one exercise already, which is tongue palate hold. You're basically going to place your tongue on the roof of your mouth, holding for 10 seconds. The goal is improve tongue posture. Then lip seal exercise is the next one. You're going to do lip seals where you're going to squeeze your lips over and over again 10 to 20 times. Or hold an object between your lips and not your teeth for 30 to 60 seconds. This will improve nasal breathing habits because your lips are sealed. Okay? The point is not to tighten your jaw, it's to relax your jaw while keeping the lips sealed. Tongue presses. Tongue presses we talked about. From the top of your roof, we talked about that. And we talked about now soft palate exercises. So we got tongue, lips, soft palate, top. That's where we're going to go back to la 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 la. Focus on lifting the back of the throat goes the goal. La 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 la. See how it opens up? Okay. You're also going to do tongue stretches where you're literally taking the tip of your tongue at the back of your teeth and you're doing push-ups on your soft palate. That will help expand your soft palate and also expand the back of your throat. So what's our plan for the next 3 months? Well, your first month, you're going to use awareness of nasal breathing. That's the first step. You're going to breathe through your nose constantly when you're awake, try as much when you're asleep, and when you're walking. Next, we're going to start strengthening our airway. Exercises of your tongue and your lips. Good. And then the third one, we're going to do functional integration. We're going to focus on sleep posture, making sure your neck is not too far forward, not too far back. I usually use a pillow that's about the size of my fist, okay, to help me with my good breathing habits and sleep habits. And then when you exercise consistently, you stay hydrated, breathe through your nose, and add all these exercises, you'll see over the next 3 months really, really cool improvements. Now, if you're having difficulty breathing through your nose, you can add a nasal flush just to help clean your nose. I use a neti pot. You also can use nasal dilators that can go inside or outside the nose, as well as humidifiers to help humidify the air. If you're having trouble keeping your mouth closed when you sleep, you can use sleep tape that goes either like this way or crosses over like this. The whole idea is to keep your lips sealed and your teeth apart. Now, when it comes to nutrition, it's always good to eat food that's high in nutrition, high in antioxidant properties, high in antioxidant properties, high in antioxidant properties. I'm going to repeat that over again. So good fats, good cholesterol, whole foods and vegetables, stuff that's just real. Real food as much as possible. Drink good water, and if you need to, add supplements, magnesium glycinate, D3, omega-3s, and zinc. Avoid certain toxins, especially avoid smoke, vaping, harsh cleaning products like bleach, Lysol, Fabulosa. Cut back on your alcohol usage. Less is better, or none at all is best. And improve your sleep habits. Improve how you go to sleep. Make sure you have a calm introduction to sleep. Sleep around the same time, wake around the same time to get that circadian rhythm back in sync. Okay? And walk and exercise before bed. An hour or two before, probably 2 hours before bed, go for a nice little walk. And then an hour before bed, do a nice stretch to get your body ready for sleep. Myotherapy is not an overnight cure. It works more like a physical therapy for breathing muscles. Consistency matters, and for moderate to severe sleep apnea, CPAP remains one of the most effective treatments available. So what we learned today is that orofacial myotherapy is how airway muscles affect snoring and sleep apnea, how tongue posture and mouth breathing affects the airway, and how CPAP and myotherapy can work together and how simply daily exercises may improve breathing and sleep quality over time. Your airway is dynamic. It responds to posture, muscle tone, inflammation, sleep habits, and breathing habits, and overall health. Small, consistent changes like tongue position, breathing through your nose, and lip exercises can create a meaningful impact in your overall breathing and sleep. It's a pleasure, guys, to help bring health back into your hands. Thank you, and God bless.